While we don't like the title of this video too much, it's been hard to put it any other way. We've been traveling the world since March 2022, and it all started when our son Zakaria turned 5 months old. We decided to do something unconventional and not really a done thing in our culture, and that is pack up and go traveling the world as a family. If you're from the subcontinent region, I'm sure you'll be able to relate to this. The typical story goes, get married, buy a house, have a baby, or 2, or 3, or 4, and work till you retire. But that didn't really fit in with what we wanted to do, so we left to see what this world is all about. Over 55 flights and 16 countries later, our journey had been relatively smooth until now. We faced the biggest challenge to date, getting a visa to visit India as British Pakistanis. India and Pakistan haven't had the best relations with each other ever since 1947. With the British pulling out of their colonial territories after World War II, they did what they did best: segregate two groups who are similar in culture but divided by religion into two countries and ultimately put them against each other. And ever since then, it's hard to miss the tensions between the two countries. We were really naive to the extent this would impact us, and we were soon to find out that despite being born in the UK, being British citizens and having British passports, getting an Indian visa wouldn't be that easy. So our journey started in November 2022 when we were in Manila, Philippines, applying for this visa, but it wasn't easy. There were so many hoops that we had to go through, so many official documents that we had to get, and it cost us over £500 in total. You'd think we'll be applying for a visa entering a war-torn country like Ukraine, Russia, or somewhere in the Middle East, but nope, we're trying to get a visa to enter India.
Having holding a British passport, the process is normally fairly straightforward. You can apply online, get your e-visa within the next 24 hours. But because we have a Pakistani origin, we had to go through all these hoops and hurdles just to get this visa.
We're just at the Photoshop now, getting our passport pictures taken. We need, for our India visa application, 5 pictures along with 5 applications. To be submitted more on that later, but it's becoming quite costly. I think it's costing what, £21 each just for our pictures. That's before we even submit the visa application. For Indian visa, you need specific size passport pictures. When you come to these photo machines, you get 4 pictures for £15, but for our application we need to submit 5 pictures. We need to do another round of them that pays £7 extra for each person. So just bear that in mind when you're getting your passport documentation and everything together. The number of applications, number of photos, all that kind of stuff.
Kind of makes you think if they're doing it purposely.
Putting people off to apply so that they don't end up coming to the country, but we're staying adamant.
£65 before we've even started. So much paperwork that it's very hard to keep track of, but Irfan is getting his bundle of paperwork ready for the visa submission. I have never experienced anything like this. It's absolutely brutal.
So this is our Indian visa applications for the 3 of us. There's 5 applications forms with 5 identical photographs, 10 years worth of travel history. Need a copy of my marriage certificate, birth certificate for Zakaria, 3 months worth of bank statements, there's employment records, there's everything here.
Gosh.
So visa office is 40 minutes away, it's 10 past.
You best get going.
I better get going. So next bit is going to be me going to the visa application. Hopefully they accept it. So let's see. I think I won't be able to record inside, but I am going to chance it. By the way, it is the 11th of January 2023. My appointment's at 11 o'clock and we're about 5 minutes in. That's good. Let's go and see what happens. So just waiting in queue now. Even though I had an appointment, I was given a slip with a number on, and I have to wait for that to be called and go to the desk to submit my application. I'm hoping now it's not going to take too long and all the documents that I've got are correct. Also, sorry for the bad audio. I don't have my actual professional camera here and doing this over the iPhone, and it's quite loud with loads of people about. I think my face says it all. It is 10 minutes past 12 and my appointment was at 11. Finally got to see the person, and turns out we don't have everything for our application form. So, because my mum was born in Pakistan, my dad was born in the UK, I need to have a letter that's written and signed by me, then notarized by a solicitor saying that I have never held a Pakistani passport and I only hold a Pakistani ID card. Same for Nadia and same for Zakaria. That's interesting. But the biggest hurdle is going to be we need a sponsor from India that holds a Indian ID card to write a letter of invitation inviting us to India for tourism purposes. That letter needs to be signed by them along with a copy of their Indian ID. They need to take that to the solicitor, get that notarized, basically just officially stamped and send that across to us. So obviously I don't know anyone in India and neither does Nadia, I think. So we're gonna find it a tough time getting a sponsor before next week. Luckily the guy was very kind. He rescheduled my appointment for the 18th of Jan. So let's just see what happens.
And it's a lovely cold -6 morning here in the UK. As you can tell by our attire, we are off to
A notary to get some documents officially stamped, signed, so that it's all done officially.
And the total cost is going to cost us around about £70
Per document.
per document, and we have 2 documents that need to get.
3.
3? Oh, Zakaria too.
Yeah, Zakaria
How
too.
can I forget about Zakaria? If you do the math, 7 point 21, that's £210 down before we've even actually applied for the visa. That's not taking into account all the printing that we had to do and the photocopies of our photographs. So this is a very eventful start of a visa process, and we are taking you guys along with us. We've made it here to Renga's house. Let's see.
Renga's house. Regis house. What?
All right.
So we're using a solicitor called S&V Solicitors here in Slough. It's only about half an hour drive from our house in High Wycombe. They were a reasonable price. Our local solicitors were charging £100 plus VAT minimum. So that's why we drove like 20 minutes, half an hour to Slough. So let's go see what this process is. Ooh, fancy doors.
ID card, British passport.
Birth certificate.
And proof of address for both of you.
Proof of
Yeah.
address, I've got my driver license.
Driving license should be fine.
Yeah.
Do you have driving license?
Yeah, I've got a driving license too.
Nice efficient service from our solicitor. We're here 15 minutes early. She's already seeing us, but apparently she's already said that this is a very, very common problem. A lot of people get this and it's a process which is new. Got to fill in a client registration form. By the way, the 17th of January, so the saga continues.
The process so far from this end has been really smooth, great, quite costly though, so that's the only downside.
That's all done, that's all done. The High Commission literally see my gold stamp every single day. Okay, so that's literally ready to go.
That's it guys, documents all sorted. We got some lovely recommendations from our lovely solicitor Sunita of what to do in India, so really excited to actually get there. Let's hope we get there. Next thing, we need to try and sort the sponsor out. Hey Vaishnavi, how's it going? I just wanted to see if you actually had any luck with the solicitors on your end. Let's see what she comes back with.
So back at the visa office, it's the 21st of June now, about 3-4 months after my last visit and 8 months after we started this whole process. We've got our sponsor, we've got all our documentation together. So I'm hoping now is going to be the right time where we can submit our application and at least get the visa process started. So we're not quite there yet. We could still get rejected for our visa, but at least we've got all our documentations together. So I'm going to go and let's submit our application. Right, so visa application submitted. It's all in now, got tracking numbers, so hopefully we should potentially get our visa very, very soon. Let's see what happens. Had to pay almost £147 per person for visa, so that's a lot of money, more than I expected. You can track them online, which we're going to see, and hopefully the passport should get returned back to us so that we can then carry on with our travels while the kind of checking process takes place. Let's see when we get our visas. Okay, so you will not guess what on earth I am doing now. I am in the middle of Kenya, specifically near the Masai Mara in a village called Narok, and it is the 27th of June. We are on our way to a safari, but
Yesterday, we got a notification from the visa application centre that our clearances have come through and that we've got 15 working days to submit our passports to the visa office, and if we don't do it within that time, we would have to start our application all over again. So what I need to do is now post my passports back to the UK so my brother-in-law can take them to the visa office, get them stamped and send them back here to Kenya. It's very tricky, very risky, but let's see if that works. Right, so I've got the envelope from inside, which is good they provide it. They did say that it gets there within 3 working days, so I'm hoping it gets there Friday.
This is crazy. We are in a town in the middle of Kenya somewhere, and we are using a DHL service, but hopefully DHL is quite a reputable company, so hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
There he goes. Bye.
So, after 9 months, £800 or thereabouts down, we finally have a package here. Out of all the places in the world, Nairobi, Kenya, pick something special up. Finally, I'm not going to open it here. I want to open it up with Nadia, but I'm going to make my way back to the apartment, promising we've got our passports back, and I'm hoping what we've been trying to work towards getting over the last 9 months, and so many forms, so many applications, so many failed attempts later, we've finally got it. So let's go see if we've actually got these visas sorted. It's meant to be passports in here, and we've got some witnesses, some supporters here.
Hiya, lovers.
As well.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried because you know what? This was actually an open and security check.
Alright.
So I wonder if they replaced it with, I don't know. I need to open this carefully. Oh, there's 3 in here. We travel again!
We've done it, guys. Wow. Well, that was eventful, guys. You guessed it. We have made it here to London Heathrow, Terminal 3 Airport, ready to take our flight to India. But
we had a bit of a boo-boo checking in, didn't we? So first of all, they were asking about our visas. Have you flown to India before? Then he was asking for if we've got our flights out of India, which we haven't booked just yet.
so we have come through our first obstacle.
We need our flight out of India booked, and we don't have that booked just yet. We were going to do it like next week, depending on the date. So that was a bit of a palaver. And then finally, issues with the luggage. We've never ever had problems with our luggage before. We're always within the kind of 32 to 33 kilo mark maximum, which is fine, and it meets airport regulations. But for this flight, they were saying a single piece of luggage shouldn't be more than 23 kilos. Never heard of that one before.
And not only that, I gone and left my bag back at home, didn't I? So we're now waiting for a taxi.
Oh, I think brother's over here. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, brother. Jazakallah, bhaijan. Thank you very much for this. Let's go. Are you ready, Baba Nocho? Let's go.
Okay, we've arrived.
That was fairly straightforward. I have to say I was shitting it at immigration, thinking they were going to ask for all kinds of documentation, but
they were actually really nice, lovely fellow chaps. Smooth sailing, we've got our stamps, we have arrived, we're here.
I think Zakaria's crying and screaming kind of helped with the situation as well. Baggage have arrived safe and sound. Now we need to do first things first is sort a SIM card out, get some money, Uber to the hotel.
So I think the total cost was 800 rupees for 1.5 gig per day for 30 days. Bargain bucket. Right, let's see if we can go and find this Uber and let's get into our hotel.
Interesting, they've got like some security measures here. With your Uber trips, you have to give the driver a PIN to verify the trip. Nice and secure, I like it. So about a 40-minute drive to the hotel now. We're gonna go straight there.
Right people, we have made it to our room and Zakaria is absolutely KO'd on the bed. This is what you get for
50 quid a night here in Delhi.
So this is a nice big spacious room. It's got a bit of wardrobe space there. You have a nice big smart screen, smart telly. The view is not much of a view, I don't think. It's just another building. And we have the bathroom. We are staying at Golden Godwin.
Later that same evening.
Well, hello there everybody.
It's like 7 p.m. We had 3 hours worth of sleep, which we shouldn't have. Now we're gonna get something to eat. Starving.
Alright people, we made it to our first spot here. It is called the Mugli Junction Restaurant. Right, we've got the food here and we've got some salad. Our first Indian meal here, and I have to say 10 out of 10. This bindi masala is absolutely
It's delicious, so good, so good. 966 for that food, not too shabby. Right people, it is the next morning. We've had a lovely 12-hour sleep yesterday.
We are just making our way back to Connaught Place. We are meeting some special friends that made this trip possible. Really excited. So we are actually here at Connaught Place and we are making our way to the one and only
Nando's.
Nando's.
When we were walking around here yesterday, we did ask the Nando's and they said it was halal certified. So thumbs up from us.
Thumbs up from us. But we will give you a full tour of this Connaught Place on our next vlog, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But right now, let's go to Nando's.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I don't believe in geopolitics, to be very honest. Yeah.
I feel the only problem we will have is, once we go to Pakistan and try to come back, there will be thousands of questions we have to answer.
Yeah.
And it will be illogical, Just going as a tourist and then coming back answering all the questions to the government is stupidity.
It's a shame that both nationalities, India and Pakistan, they both want to go together.
You know what? I tell you
It's a
what.
shame only because of the politicians, I feel.
I share one incident.
If I talk
with you.
about people, they want to come here, we want to go there.
Yeah, I know so many
just
Indian
because-
people that want to go to Pakistan, like
So,
the Punjab area.
last year we went to Turkey and we met a lot of Pakistanis there. The love they reciprocate, the love they have for this place, the love they show towards our Bollywood stars and all. I mean, they really want to visit the country and they really want to welcome us to their country as well. But it's just that they are stuck between the geopolitics. Otherwise, I don't think so there is any problem between
Yeah.
them.
And we just want to say a big thank you for the vlog.
Yeah,
These guys.
We have to be thankful to you because of the food and everything,
Bye-bye. Thank you. Let's go. Are you ready? Let's go.
While we entered India with our guards up, expecting all kinds of trouble and further hardships, our first 24 hours here has really put us at ease.
The people, the food, the language feel so familiar, so much so that we don't feel nearly as foreign here as you would think.
Two countries divided by flags, lines on a map and politics don't really seem that different after all. And if you ask us now, was it worth going through it all? We'd say 100% yes. Let's just see if the next month travelling through India changes this at all.
For now though, it's time we celebrate our similarities, embrace our differences and rewrite the narrative together. For in the end, we are more alike than we are different.